Hey everyone, how are you doing today? I've been waiting to have this topic, this conversation with Matt, the mortgage guy, for a couple of weeks now. It's now on the list and will be topic one of our three-part series today. But let's welcome Matt to the show. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, Mike. How you doing?
Oh, I've been looking forward to this topic. I got to tell you. So I want to, now that we know who the next president's going to be, it'll be Joe Biden on the 20th at noon. I think there's a lot of talk, maybe hope, maybe fear that some goodies will come to the residential market. Most specifically, there's whispers or talk of a $15,000 tax credit for first-time buyers. That kind of freaks me out, given where we are in the market today. But what I thought I would do first is let's just have an honest discussion about who wins and who loses if the $15,000 tax credit happens. And then we can go back to, hey, is this the right market or not? But who are the winners and who are the losers if this is approved sometime this year? What are your thoughts?
Well, I think the stuff that stands out to me is if you're a fix and flipper or if you're selling a house, when you've got more demand and stimulated demand, you win because you get to sell your house for more. You got a bigger pool of buyers. You got buyers that might not have thought about buying without this grant. So those are definitely winners in my eyes, the people who are selling the real estate, which, instinctively, a lot of people don't understand that when any program and we can talk, and step a few steps back, because in my line of business, I've got people, what about down payment assistance? What about this? And there's all these different programs that if used as a marketing piece by a realtor or a lender or a housing agency might sound great, but you dig in, you start to realize, oh, this isn't really a free lunch. There might be some strings attached to this and, more detriment that it's doing good for the people that it's quote unquote supposedly helping. And, that's where I go when I think about this $15,000 subsidy home buyer grant, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. So it's interesting. I could name a whole lot of people that win, and I will in a minute, but I only can name one person that loses. And it's actually the person that they're trying to help. Anytime the government comes in and tries to artificially mess with a market, a la rent control, a la first buyer incentives, a la 15K grant, the only loser in this market is going to be the first time home buyer. And this is what I mean, because let's just say this gets announced March 1st. Prices in real estate are not slow. They'll reset by March 2nd to take care of that increased demand and all of that. So yes, that 15K may feel good when you file your tax credit, but will it feel good buying into a market that's maybe $30,000 or $40,000 higher? You're signing up for a 30-year mortgage where if you add 30K to your debt, even at low interest rates, that's like 60 grand over 30 years. So the person who loses is going to be the first time home buyer without question. Who wins? Well, first off, Matt wins. Let's just be honest. You're a broker. You're going to do a lot more business. Who wins? Real estate agents. They're going to win because they do a lot more business. Do you know who really wins? Wall Street wins because they own a shit ton of houses. Folks, we hate the rich. We hate this. We hate that. If you want to, the person who wins the most are the owners of homes. That's who wins because the value is artificial. It goes up. Yes, flippers
Right.
will win
And
because they'll be able to transact and all of these other things. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
oh, no, I didn't mean to interrupt you, and I apologize. But when you said that, kind of light bulb went off, and I thought to myself, Mike Zuber, owner of hundreds of units of real estate, Matt, the mortgage guy who's going to write more loans. We're saying we don't want that because we understand the true implications to the person getting it. So if we're saying we don't want it and we're going to directly benefit positively from it, there's probably some truth to it. And so great points. Go ahead and carry on.
Yeah, I was just going to tell you, right? Hopefully people realize by now I try to give advice and give real thoughts, and I don't really care about my situation is fine and I don't need more. But if this 15K credit happens and I own 47 different single family homes and other residential and other stuff, my net worth will probably bounce 7 figures because of this. And I'm telling you, it's a horrible idea. right? And again, realize my channel. I'm a huge first-time home buyer. I push it. It's what saved my family when I was young. And I want it, but I don't want it this way. There are no free lunches, to take a quote you had earlier. This is a sugar high. It will feel good for a moment. And then when it comes out the other end, the person they're trying to help loses. And I just got to get that out there. It's just a
Yeah.
bad idea in this environment. Let's go back like 08, 09 when the first one came out. Genius, different market though.
Is exactly what I was going to say. Is if it wasn't for this market, that $8,000 during Obama's administration was good,
Yeah.
and that was something that was probably needed in a market that was really suffering.
Yes.
But when you take an already inflated market with so much demand and so little inventory, and then put another steroid in it, it's bad. It's going to kill the bodybuilder.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this is beyond roid rage. It would be very bad. And it's going to bleed into topic number 2. Just so we'll tease it here. Topic number 2 with Matt today is going to be how are bubbles formed. And hint, it's artificial external stimuli. And that can come from lots of ways. So we'll talk about that next. But again,
cool. Yeah, we'll end this one with beware of a free lunch. And Mike, I can't tell you how much inquiry I get from people, because for whatever reason, realtors, loan officers, plenty of people lead with this marketing. You don't need money, no money down. And then if you dig into it and you're like me, who can analyze numbers, and you say, gosh, higher interest rate, a second loan, a third loan, and over the first 5 years, you're paying exorbitant amount of fees and extra interest, and you can't refinance. All the detrimental stuff it does that really hurts people. I tell people a lot of the times, I compare some of the down payment assistance programs to a payday loan. If you have no other option in the world to fix your transmission and you need $1,000 payday loan, maybe you need it, but you're going to pay them back $3,700 with interest. It's not a good idea.
Exactly.
And for home buyers, I tell them I would rather have you wait. If I don't do business with you for 3 years or never do business, I feel a lot better sleeping at night than putting you into a loan that's setting you up to fail. And that's what this $15,000 injection, in certain respects kind of translates to.
Oh, there's no question. And I just wanted to put this on record. So if this happens, and we'll talk about this in topic number 2, residential real estate is going to go up in value. It will become less affordable because, again, you're goosing values without goosing incomes, which hurts affordability, which is the only number I track for residential real estate. And in my market, it's 47 or 48 today. If it gets down to 20, I am selling every single home I own. This could be the thing that does it. So with that, Matt, we will close this topic, and I want to thank you for your time.